Hello again. It's been a little while. So in my last video, I spoke about the connection between playfulness, love, and enjoying the present moment. If you haven't seen that video, you're gonna wanna go back and check that out. Otherwise, you might get a little confused. So I left off the last video with a question. Why is it so hard for you to enjoy the present moment? Not worrying about the future or dwelling on the past? Well, the short answer, you are not truly playful.
What? I thought you knew that.
You are not truly lighthearted and full of fun. Now, before you get all defensive like,
That is so not true.
I am not passing judgment on anyone. You are looking at a man who at one point in his life was the most serious and least playful person in the world. While there was the most interesting man in the world,
Stay thirsty, my friend.
I was at one point the most serious man in the world.
Stay serious, my friends.
All I am saying is that if I could take a peek into your life, I would probably find a lot more stress and worrying than I would playfulness and joy.
What are you talking about?
While you are playful at times, and that's what you show the world, it's not what truly reigns in your life. So, why aren't you more playful? Well, now we jump back to the end of the last video. Well, the answer might surprise you a little bit. It's because you weren't trained in the playful language of love. You were trained in the language of fear. What the hell is this guy talking about? Trained in the language of fear?
I can't believe it.
Yep. And unfortunately, this is the most spoken language in the world. It's communicated to you verbally, non-verbally, and internally to yourself. Don't believe me? Well, let's just take a look at social media as an example. Either people are promoting fear through politics,
Nuh-uh.
or people are posting inspirational quotes and clips to help you move past your fears. Some people actually promote both at the same time.
That's right! We can't have anyone freak out there, okay? We've got to keep our composure! We've come too far!
Here's some fear for you, and here's some inspiration for you. It's kind of strange. There's no need for angry rants, daily affirmations, and positive thinking in a playful world, but in a fearful world, these are the coping methods. So what exactly is the language of fear? Well, fear loves to communicate things like lack, scarcity, and death. And fear loves to see the world through the scope of things like success or failure, winning or losing, just or unjust, us against them, and earning or undeserving. And fear loves to focus on what's wrong with you and what's wrong with the world. Just look at the news. Fear's best friend.
Tom, I'm currently 10 miles outside of Beaverton, unable to get inside the town proper. We do not have any reports of fatalities yet, but we believe that the death toll may be in the hundreds of millions. Beaverton has only a population of about 8,000, Tom, so this would be quite devastating.
Fear loves to dwell on the past, or get you obsessed with an unknown future. Some of fear's tools are things like threats, guilt, shame, and manipulation. And everybody loves to use these from time to time.
That is so not. Oh, shut up!
I mean, if you can't scare people into doing something, you should try guilting them. It can be quite effective. No matter what form it takes, the biggest problem with the language of fear is that it always brings stress and death.
Hey guys.
Whereas the playful language of love always brings joy in life. Alright, so what can be done to move you away from the language of fear and towards the language of love? Well, the first thing to do is to separate and get you away from the language of fear that is causing you the most distress. You gotta get away from what is wearing you down.
That's it, I'm out of here.
So that you can rest, recover, and be reborn. It is only when you are rested and strong that you will be able to dismiss the language of fear that is all around you. Figure out the big things causing you the most distress in your life, take a risk, and begin to separate yourself. It's really simple. If watching the news is causing you a lot of distress, turn it off. If politics is making you crazy, unplug. If one of your family members is driving you nuts, take a break. It'll be okay. Guess what? If it distressed you, it is not good for you.
I know.
So what can you do to reconnect with the language of love? Well, first, go waste some time. Do frivolous, spontaneous, and pointless activities just like you used to do when you were a child and a teenager. Remember how much fun it was just to hang out? You never felt guilty wasting time when you were young, and you felt a lot more free. Fear makes time your master. Love makes time your servant.
Brilliant.
Second, and this one is huge, huge. Do everything only for yourself. Not for your wife or your kids, your family or your friends, or society. Only for you and only because you truly want to. Because it makes you happy. That's called loving yourself. I don't make these videos for you. I make them for me because I enjoy them. While I do enjoy when other people enjoy them, at the end of the day, it's all for me. That's right. You see, fear creates obligations and forces responsibility. Love acts freely. And let me really drive this point home. I don't love my wife for her sake. I love her for my sake. I chased her down because of the way she made me feel. I married her for my sake, not hers. But I never told her this, so don't go telling her. Shh. But why else would I marry her? I'll let you in on a little something. You want to kill a relationship? You want to kill romance? Just mix a little obligation in and watch it die.
I don't care, I'm done.
What?
I am done!
You see, fear has a way of slipping resentment into your life because it makes you feel like you have to do things that you do not truly want to do, especially when it comes to other people. Just start to examine your life and make sure you're not living for others. Lastly, if you really want to reconnect to the language of love more, keep watching my videos. I'm fluent in the language of love. Did he really just say that? Damn right